Hey guys, it's Greg Christensen, Grandview Livestock. Well, we had some pretty nice couple of days here, and some of this ground was getting dry enough, and I wanted to plant some oats back here. This is where we've been feeding these kids and lambs all winter long, and feeding hay and such. And so here you can kind of see there where I'm running the drill over it, putting down about 80 pounds of oats. I got some oats from a friend. He wasn't sure about the germ on them, but he sold them to me pretty reasonable. So, because if you've been pricing, oats are real expensive right now. Well, all grain is. But, so we filled the drill up and I jumped on here to see how this is going to drill. I got to have it set pretty deep to get through those places where we've been feeding hay. You see over here probably. Well, and then it's a little too deep when I go through the ground, but I can reset it after I sort of get out of this area. So these are all the smaller end of the kids that we haven't sold yet. We'll feed them another 30 days and sort through them and probably take everybody to sale that needs to go. And if there's anything in there we want to keep, there might be some ewe lambs in there that's still pretty good, and a few things, but this is pretty much what we got left here. I think there's a couple hundred of them. So we'll sonogram the ewe lambs in here, and then some others that we got. I think we're doing that in March, middle of March there. And then we'll decide what we have to keep, or if we have anything for sale or whatever. I'll let y'all know. So we'll see how these oats do. Keep tuned here. Keep tuned in. So I guess this is one of the benefits of farming some grounds, that we got to have the equipment to farm, and so we can use this drill and tractor in our livestock operation. I mean, you couldn't afford to go out and buy it just for livestock, but it works for us. Well, we plant some soybeans with it and a few other things, cover crops there in the fall, and but I understand most people aren't going to have this at their disposal to go in and do this. But let me just tell you, it doesn't always work. I've had some failures on some oats out here in this field. I don't know why. I can't seem to get a good stand or something. I'm not sure. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, guys. Hey, I don't want you to think I forgot about going over the numbers for the sale. I haven't had time to sit down and look at that. And I'm waiting to get the bill for all the feed we bought in February. I've kind of lost track of how much we got there, but I know how much we used up, and I got the weights and all that. So as soon as I get that, I'll share that with you. But maybe just, I don't know what you guys saw the sale. I knew that the price of sheep and goats was down a little bit. I think it was kind of like that last February, but I thought it was because the weather was so bad. We had that really cold snap in February last year. We'll see what it's like here at the end of March. We'll have these others to go then, but I felt like the sale barn, there was several buyers there I'd seen at other sales, so I don't think that had anything to do with the price being lower too much there. I'm not saying there's not a better sale someplace in the world, but for that being an hour from our house, that's pretty good. And we could take them another 3 or 4 hour trip. Maybe we do better, maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. How do you ever know? And it'd be a different day, it'd be a different market. I mean, the sheep and goat market moves so fast that a couple weeks makes a big difference sometimes. So, but I'll get those figures figured out and share with you, how we come out feeding them. we wouldn't have had very many other ones. We took everybody in January that was 60 pounds or over, I think, as far as lambs, and 55 as far as kids. And so, you know, they would have been quite a bit lighter. So my first impression is that we wouldn't have got very good money for them because they'd been so light. Wouldn't have amounted to as many dollars. But then, you know, we wouldn't have had feed into them either, but I'll figure out how much that is. I don't think it's going to be enough to make up the difference of where it would have been a better deal to sell them in January. I really don't think so, but we'll see. Because I want to know the thing is, if you know something about your own animals and your own situation, you can make those decisions. You know, knowledge is power, and a lot of people don't know what it costs them to feed their kids, what it costs them to raise their kids, how much feed they feed. And I'll just tell you, in the cattle business, it's just as bad or worse. A lot of, you know, most cattle guys I know don't know how much feed they feed a cow all winter. Don't know what that feed costs them. Don't figure it out. Don't charge themselves for their own labor. So I don't know. I need to know that because well, somebody's got to pay living expenses. I got to pay the guys that help me. You know, we got to pay for this tractor. All that stuff needs paid for. Nobody gave me this tractor, this land. We make land payments. We make all the payments and all the equipment. And so I got to know if it's not making money, where am I going to come up with that money, or I got to do something different. So hey, I hope you do the same with your operation, whether it's just a part-time sheep and goat operation to supplement your income. I don't want you doing it for free. I mean, you can stay home and stay inside and do nothing if you're just going to break even, right? So I hope you take what I'm doing and somehow apply it to your own place. Now I know you're saying, well, I don't have a big tractor and a big drill, you know, to plant these oats. Where well, we're going to have animals on this later this spring, but hey, you don't have to pay for it either, so that's actually a benefit, isn't it? Now, but everybody has some kind of an advantage. You just have to figure out what it is. You know, maybe my advantage is being able to use my farming equipment for stuff like this, being able to use the labor that we have more available after farming season to handle livestock. You know, I don't have to lay somebody off or a couple of people. So yeah, that might be another advantage. Another advantage might be I know a little bit about livestock. I've, you know, studied it. I've went to seminars. I've done a lot of continuing education, so that's available to everybody. And this, well, tomorrow and Friday we're going to be going to it's called the Bud Summit, and that's in honor of Bud Williams. And if you've never taken a Bud Williams class from Richard and Tina, Tina is Bud's daughter, and they teach called Hand in Hand Livestock, and maybe I'll get an interview with them. But hey, anytime you can go somewhere and learn a little bit of something, you never know how valuable that is. You really don't. I've come back and wondered what I've learned, but you know, somewhere along the line I know that knowledge isn't wasted. So hey, I'll share with you what I can gather up, you guys share with me and with each other, and we'll all kind of be better off for it. So, like I said, as soon as I get this figured out how much it costs us to feed them, and you know, if it was worth it, or how much is worth it, or if we actually went in the hole keeping them another month and feeding them, I'll let you know. So hey, yeah, have a good evening.